Hello, this is Dave Sugarbaker. Today is the 29th of September, 2024, and I've got two little bits of the Old Testament. First from Isaiah 58. And the Lord will guide you continually and satisfy your desire in scorched places and make your bones strong, and you shall be like a watered garden, like a spring of water whose waters do not fail. And secondly, from the Psalms, Psalm 119, just a little piece. And I shall walk in a wide place, for I have sought your precepts. Well, this sermon today is a case study in how my mind works sometimes. The state of Ohio decided in its wisdom it was time to repave Ohio Highway 41 this year. It's a road I use every Sunday to get from the Manchester Church to the church in West Union. And it's a really nice new highway at this point, smooth and flat, new blacktop. Part of the resurfacing of the road was new lines. My stepdaughter Megan, when she was little, declared to her mother one day that she didn't want to live on a road that didn't have a center line painted on it. We don't know why that all happened or what was behind it, but that's what she told us. I was reminded of Meg's preference when we took Ohio Highway 41 this last week and saw signs saying, "No edge lines." The signs were on yellow or orangish squares turned on their side like a diamond. This must be the shape of warning signs for motorists. The same sign appeared 5 times within 5 miles, and the words were, "No edge lines." Ogden Nash wrote a poem about similar warning signs entitled "I'll Take the High Road," and it goes like this. In between the route marks and the shaving rhymes, black and yellow markers comment on the times. All along the highway hear the signs discourse. Slow men working, saddle crossing horse. Cryptic crossroad preachers prefer good advice, helping wary drivers keep out of paradise. Transcontinental sermons, transcendental talk. Soft caution shoulders, cross children walk. Wisest of their proverbs, truest of their talk, I have found that dictum, cross children walk. When Adam took the highway, he left his sons a guide. Cross children walk, cheerful children ride. In the spirit of Ogden Nash, I have always appreciated the signs that tell me where to toss my trash, and they say, "Fine for littering." Well, back to no edge lines. Someone on the Ohio Department of Highways really wanted motorists to be alert and aware that there were no edge lines on the newly resurfaced Highway 41. Try as I might, though, I couldn't find the problem because there were clear, bright white edge lines painted on both sides of the highway next to each of those signs. Now, I can understand the highway department's concern. Without edge lines painted on the roadway, some motorists would just drive willy-nilly off the blacktop and into neighboring ditches or pastures. And also, without edge lines, our newfangled cars wouldn't be able to nudge drivers back into the middle of their lane with that irritating vibration of the steering wheel. But at each point where a cautioning sign was placed, there were perfectly adequate new edge lines painted on the roadway. All these signs were a needless caution about something that wasn't missing. I began to think perhaps the highway department was branching out into commentary on our life and times. There are certainly no edge lines in political discourse these days. There are no limits. There are no boundaries. The guidelines that used to exist have all been eradicated. Nobody's middle of the road anymore. They're all off the blacktop and running in the weeds. Caution, no edge lines. People will be all over the place. Some years ago, there was a movie in which electronic signs on the freeway were messages from God to one of the main characters. Now, I can't remember the name of the movie. I can't remember who the actors were in the movie, but there was that relationship between the electronic signs on the freeway and messages from God. So perhaps the no edge line signs are a message from God. That would certainly let the Ohio Department of Highways off the hook. But what might God be trying to tell us? Would God caution us about no edge lines? Well, yes, and that would be the God as our guide passage, right? If God were sending us a message, it would warn us that even if there are painted lines on the road, that there really are no edge lines that we can count on. We have to be continually alert and ready for the adjustments necessary to stay on life's road. And to tell the truth, no one of us navigates perfectly. We all get into the weeds sometimes from inattention or poor choices. And there's always forgiveness, love, and humor from God if we get off the track. Now, we may not be as ready to forgive ourselves as God is, and others might remind us of the turns that we missed or the times when we dropped a tire off the blacktop. But God will forgive. So in my mind, theologically trained as I am, there's a good chance that the no edge lines signs may be a divine message. Always be mindful. Always be alert. The road will take twists and turns. It doesn't really matter if there's white paint at the edge. It's our job to anticipate and interpret the turns of the road and to make the adjustments necessary. Once in a while, there might be abrupt turns or full stops. We have to be ready for surprises. There's really no room to complain when the road isn't always straight and smooth. We know from experience it's not. Our job is to be ready for whatever, wherever, and whatever the road leads us to, and to be careful, because there are no edge lines. Now, God bless you. Thank you for your time to listen to this rambling of my mind. I won't let it happen too often, but take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon.